Hello friends, today we'll be giving you a quick trip of our like a little rose garden. I have roses everywhere, that is not the only place, but it's the place where I first started planting my roses. So we'll give you a quick trip of that place in a little bit of a detail. I'll try to go plant by plant of a small space, and we'll keep it at that. Okay, so I'm giving you a view of this small area. This is my rose garden. I mean, my primary rose garden. I have many places that have roses. So this is flanked by two apple trees. This one is already full of blooms. The apple blossoms look really pretty. So there is a close up of the apple blossom, and it is just full of it. I got about, like, I think a dozen apples last year. This tree was planted, I believe, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe something like that. So I don't know how many I'll get. This is a dwarf apple tree. Think it is Anna apple. I'll have to see. And love the blossoms. Okay, and you can see some bees are hovering all over it. Okay, so these are the roses that I had pruned in a separate video. That's the Molino. Um, this one is Heritage. Then that's my Lady of Shalott. I did such a hard pruning, and it's all back, flush. Love the new growth. That's another one. I think this is Graham Thomas. No, this is not Graham Thomas. This is, I always forget the name. I'll put it on the screen. That one is a Bliss Perfuma. And this one is starting to flush, probably a little late. This one is Graham Thomas. And wanted to show you my Nicotiana, beautifully growing back from the roots. And it also has another baby there. It sent a little offspring there in the corner, and there's another baby, Nicotiana. There's some salvia here all over. And this one is my ageratum. I had two here that I had planted from seeds, beautifully growing back. And if you can see, there is my, let me show you my second ageratum there. And this one has babies. So put like a shoot, a branch under the ground, and that I just put some soil over it, and that rooted into a new plant. I'll just let it be here. Some of the anemones have sprung up. You can see one here. These were planted like several years ago. I've lost some over the years. I think I planted something else and may have dislodged some of the anemones. And there's, let me show you another one that's about to bloom. That's a red one. There, I have a Gara here. There's one bunch. There should be a few more bunches that'll show up. The stone crop is also coming up. I have a few here and there. This is the burgundy iceberg that I had cut back. And this one is the Proven Winners Petite Pink Rose. Look how flush it is. This one is a very reliable bloomer for, like, at least for me, it's like 10 months a year bloom. And that's my Baron Provost. This is my Madame Plantier, slow to shoot out, but it's coming back. This one, I probably made a mistake by pruning it early. I should have pruned it after it flowered. I'll probably sacrifice a lot of flowers this year, but, well, I'll see next year. There's always something to look forward to. This apple is a Golden Dorset, I believe. This is semi-dwarf. This one just starting to leaf out. Few blooms. Not as much as the other one. once again. Oh, this one is my Abraham Darby. Remember now. This is the Graham Thomas. I don't think David Austin sells it anymore, and neither does it sell the Abraham Darby anymore. Giving you a look of the bed right next to the rose beds. I have a lot of daylilies here, flushing out nicely. Have a lot of Achillea. I think it's Yarrow. This one is a proven winners one. Can't believe how many babies it has made from one plant. I have a lot of beautiful salvia here. These are also these four. There are two different kinds. I think this one is a different one, but these salvias are from proven winners. I think this one I believe is the proven winners. I think Rockin' Plain the Shoes or something like that. I'll put the name online. I have four of them. They are mammoth salvias. I have several. I had this in a different bed with roses there, but it was actually growing bigger than the taller than the roses and kind of covering them up. So I transplanted them, I think, not last year, the year before last, that fall, like 2022 fall here. It did beautifully here and very nicely filled up the area. And so when the I have a lot of, as I said, I have a lot of daylilies here, but then towards the end of summer, the daylilies kind of start looking tired. But then the salvia keeps blooming and covering up all um, the not so good looking foliage that the daylilies have at that time. So this is awesome. I have another yarrow here. This is a pink yarrow, but I had one that is the main plant. You can see like it has produced at least like 25 other babies, and I wanted to fill up this area. I have some coreopsis here that I'm not too keen about. It's spreading, but fills up. This is some lambsia. I love lambsia. A lot of people, I mean, it's said that it doesn't do as well in hot sun, but this area, you won't believe it, it's in full sun now in winter, but then when I have my climbers come over here, it gets like shade part of the time. And you can see another one here. It's become like a huge beautiful clump. And then I have a lot of hibiscus here. So this stump that you see here, there are three stumps here, if you can see. They are all proven winners hibiscus, and they get big and tall and bushy. So they cast quite a bit of shade. Okay, I have some kufia here. The stump is now cut off. I'm sure it's going to come back. It's a vermillionaire, I think, and hummingbirds, all other stuff. Love it. I have Gara here. Again, a lot of what I call daylilies here. There's a rose here. This is Quicksilver. It's an arbor rose from Cordis. Cut it back and it's blooming, and right opposite it on the same trellis I have the Zephyrin drawn. You can imagine I just cut it back a couple of weeks ago and it's leafing out so beautifully. This one is a completely thornless rose. So if anyone is interested in a thornless variety, Zephyrin drone is awesome. Here is my little bed that is full of spinach. And then this covered one has carrots. I covered it because I wanted to not share my carrots with other critters. Here is the Thompson grape that is nicely leafing out. You should see it in a month from now. It will cover this trellis and more. And I'll have to look for space for it. I do have another another grape that I planted here. This is the teeny tiny one, and that one is the razzmatazz. This one I just planted like maybe 3 months ago, so this will be its first year. Couldn't resist to show you how nice it looks after it starts leafing out. Cabbage and garlic are doing awesome. Here is the new dawn. Sorry, no, this is not the new dawn. This is like a variety of the new dawn. It's I have a new dawn in another place. This is awakening rose. It's beautiful, peachy white, not peachy white, light pink, baby cream white, pink white flowers. Has a light fragrance, but this one is so thorny, very thorny. Going back to the bed in a little bit detail. I don't think I'd shown you this bed in very much detail before. This area looks empty, as you can see, because it has, I think, 3 or 4 different hibiscuses here, which is why I did not plant much here. So I'm expecting them to come up. Of note, hibiscuses are a little bit late to bloom out, so we'll see. But it does bloom out. Now this one is a clematis. This will be its year 3. It's fully like leafing out from every single corner. There, I see a bud. There you go. This is the Viva Polonia. It's a pink clematis. You have to be really, really, really patient with clematis. This will be its 3rd year, so I do expect quite a few blooms. It did bloom last year, uh, once in the spring and then again in the fall. Blooms are awesome. But clematis, one thing is that it needs its roots in the shade, but it needs sun on its leaves. Um, so I do have the it under an arbor here, and this rose casts some shade once it does. But if you can see, I put a rock on where the plant bottom is, and I have like thickly planted it with a whole bunch of salvia here. And I also put some phlox here. These are the creeping phlox. So I expect them to kind of cover up this area. These are the I can show you one of the flowers. There you go. The flowers are very beautiful. These are the snowdrops. If you let me show you the flower. That's the flower. It looks very beautiful. I didn't plant this year. These are coming from last year. Oh, there are more flowers there. I use cattle panels to create a whole aisle of arches here. I plan to put here some vine crops. We'll see how it goes. I'm running out of space in my yard, but here I have very nicely leafed out. I have a honeysuckle. This one is from Proven Winners as well, and which is why I expect it to not create babies, because honeysuckles actually kind of take over the area if you're not careful. So I wanted something that was sterile and didn't take over the area with, and I had to like constantly pull out babies, seedlings, which is why I chose this one. This one has like a whitish yellow color. I hope it to take up this entire cattle panel. Hopefully you like this short tour of our little bit of a garden area. This is a bed that we started making around, I would say, like 2022. So it's a fairly new bed, 2021, 2022. So fairly new bed. And main intention was to grow veggies, but then my husband wanted to do vegetables, and part of it I wanted, okay, then you can get the veggies with the raised beds in the back, but then in the front, I want my flowers. And that's how it started. Hopefully, you'll like the video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. That gives me more energy to make more videos. And also, please share your comments. Those are immensely helpful. Okay, and until my next video, I hope you have a good day today. Bye bye.